Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a magic review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. Today, we're doing a review for a download from illusionist.com, which is pretty cool. Illusionist is putting out downloads, right? They don't always have just physical products, and downloads are great because you purchase it, it goes straight into your mailbox, and you get instant satisfaction. You get to watch and learn same-day purchase. Today, we're gonna look at Deadline from Yannick Barth. This is a $24 download. You're gonna learn a really cool trick, 1 hour and 34-minute tutorial. What is Deadline? Deadline is an effect where you're going to take a deck of cards, okay? Borrowed, shuffled deck. We should stress that, okay? Because this is a download, right? It just uses the borrowed, shuffled deck. There's a spectator who has a cell phone out, and they're gonna bring up their stopwatch. You're gonna take the deck of cards, and you're gonna pull out several, and you're gonna flip them end for end and shuffle them together. You're gonna give that spectator a little packet of cards that have face up and face down cards. And you're gonna challenge them to straighten the cards one card at a time. They can't cheat. The other person is gonna time them, okay? So, they straighten the cards out. As soon as they're done, the person with the timer stops. You look over at the timer, and it says they did it in 4 seconds, 4.56 seconds, let's say. 4.56 seconds, and they were done. You say, okay, now it's my turn. You're then gonna take the deck back and then begin to shuffle the cards together, face up and face down, just like a triumph, okay? Until you have the entire deck face up and face down. No timer this time. You're just gonna have the spectator think in their mind, count in their mind how fast you can do it. You then take the cards, snap, and then instantly show the entire deck has straightened itself out. Except for 3 cards. 3 cards didn't. A 4, a 5, and a 6. And you say, wait, what was your time? 4.56 seconds. The 3 cards that didn't straighten out match the timer on the phone. And best of all, it's not an app either. Nothing to download. There's no weird website to go to. Spectator 1 is using their real phone with their real stopwatch. Doesn't matter if it's Android or Apple. Spectator number 2 is using a really borrowed shuffled deck. Let's talk about it. All right, so I've kind of answered some questions already, right? Because is it what I thought? Well, I didn't know what to think, but I knew it was using all normal props, okay? So I knew this has to just be sleight of hand, just learning some sort of trick. I have to be ahead, like I have to be one ahead of the situation. So yeah, is it well made? There are 2 different versions taught on the video. So he will teach you a borrowed shuffled deck version, which is easy to do. It is easy to do, okay? And he's gonna teach you a gimmicked deck version, which is even easier to do. The only difference between the 2 is, and I'm gonna say it again, they're both easy. So don't think, oh, I'm gonna do the gimmick deck version. You don't need to. You can use the borrowed shuffled deck so that you could do this completely impromptu. If you went to somebody's house and they said, do a trick, you could do this with their deck and their phone, okay? The only reason to use the gimmicked version is to further convince them that the deck is shuffled face up and face down. It's only to convince them further. But the impromptu version is just as convincing to a layperson. So there's not much difference, okay? And like I said, there's nothing tricky with the phone either. Nothing. In fact, they're really not doing anything. They really are just bringing up their stopwatch, hitting start and hitting stop. And you don't have to count, you don't have to time it so that the seconds match, right? In fact, every time you do this, the timer is gonna have a different set of cards, right? There's gonna be different numbers because spectator 1, you don't know how long it's gonna take them to straighten a little packet of cards. You don't have to stop it at a certain time or force them or push them or get them to hurry. The time is going to be different no matter what. So it'll always be different. So that's pretty cool too, right? All right, so what's the video like? The video is 1 hour and 34 minutes long. You're going to get an intro, and he's going to do the impromptu version live. And this is with a borrowed shuffle deck, which is not hard. It's very fun to do. Nothing tricky with the phone either. And then he teaches you the gimmicked version. So you'll get a studio performance and the explanation. Again, similar to the impromptu, but using a gimmick deck, but a little bit more convincing. And then there's a third version, which is the Magician Fooler. He does this one with Geraint Clark. He does it as a triumph and having a single card selected. So you're going to add that to the mix. So you'll find their card plus 3 additional cards. It also uses the borrowed shuffle deck, but it includes a lot of subtleties and some really heavy sleight of hand. Pocket space, it's just the deck and the phone. There's nothing else. So as far as angles and inspectability, yeah, it's totally clean unless you're using the gimmick deck. If you're using the gimmick deck, then obviously that one can't be inspected. Slides and difficulty level. The first impromptu version uses a special shuffle, but it's really easy, and you probably learned it on a beginning level magic video. And if not, they teach it to you. So it's not hard at all. And the gimmick version, the gimmick deck will do all the work. In fact, you might not even need to build the gimmick deck. It's a popular gimmick deck that you might already own. So second points, right? If you own a lot of those gimmick decks like Svengali and Mental Telepathy and Stripper, chances are you might have this deck already. So no need to build it, okay? The only one you'd have to worry about is the Magician Fooler. And how often are you going to perform this for a magician? Probably not. So I wouldn't even worry about that one. Positives, it's a fun routine, and it's certainly fresh because it uses the phone, even though the phone is not part of it, right? It just feels like a technology trick, but it's not. It's just a card trick, right? I mean, you could do this trick with a billet. You wouldn't even need the phone. Just write down 3 numbers, right? It's because the deck of cards has all the numbers, 7, 8, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, right? They could just take a billet and write 3 numbers, and you could do the trick with 3 numbers. If you're a mentalist, you wouldn't even need the phone. If you like to stay away from technology, don't use the phone, use a billet and a pen, and have them write down the numbers. Easy. So yeah, I got no negatives for this, none. It's a solid trick. It's a solid trick, works well. Can't say anything bad about it because it uses everyday objects, and it's put together in such a creative way. So big, huge props to Yannick Barth. And big, huge thanks to illusionist.com for sending this to me so I could do the review for you. And like I said, you can pick it up for yourself for $24. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks, simple card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks, give my videos a like, subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.